recently I was called by the state of Israel to really understand what took place on October 7th. And we went everywhere, Pastor, where they massacred the people, in the kibbutz, the community, where they burned over 100 homes. And you could hear the voices of children as you go through, screaming. Many of them were burnt alive in their homes. What media has done has selectively decided to talk about only Gaza. They don't talk about the massacre, the killing. They don't talk about any other story. There is an Ethiopian Jewish girl. She survived by having 10 people on top of her. They cut her from ear to ear. How she survived and never bled to death, I don't understand. This girl has a baby of, she's 24 years old. She has a baby. She told us the story of how the 7,000 terrorists came from Gaza, men, women, and children. But you don't hear those stories. You only hear what they want you to see here in the United States. And I'm telling you, I don't know what the world needs to do, but media have their own story, and they are pushing their own agenda. All of them. All of them. No one tells the truth. When you look in every home in Israel, Pastor, in every home in Israel, there is a safe house. There is a safe room. It's not big. It has no opening outside. It has a closing inside. And you can't close because once, who will pick you up? I mean, you have to hold on to the door until the enemy is gone, and then you can open and come out. There are no ventilators in there. So you use masks. I don't know whether each one of you can live in those conditions. Children, the moment they begin to understand, they are told that no matter what happened, you run to that place. Many of them sleep there at night because somebody's going to send a bomb over them. Somebody's going to gas them. Someone is going to come and kill them. So these Israeli kids, both, not only Israelis, but also Arabs who live in Israel. So people think that country is only for Jewish, but there are a very big, large number of Arabs, both Christian Arabs and Islamic Arabs. That's what I did not know. I thought this was only for Jews, but they are also African Jews who came from Ethiopia. A large number of them, they are there in the military, in the service, and everybody is treated the same, whether you are Arab, if you are in Israel, whether you are Jewish, whether you are Russian, whether you are what, they're all treated, have the same privileges and everything else. To me, it was a very eye-opener because I thought that this place was secluded. It's just, Jews only. I did not know there are so many ethnicities who live in Israel and with their different religions. I had no idea about that. But then we saw the killings where they killed. You could see this family was about 6 or 7. That house was burnt down. This was burnt down. Israel, on every road, they build these safe houses. Just in case the war broke out and the missiles are coming, you jump out of your car, you run to the safe house. All those on the whole road of about maybe 25 miles, they were all gassed and torched because people could not come out. So they had to just kill them, throw grenades over them. It was just unbelievable. Where they did the concert, it was just the field. You walk through the field, you really feel people screaming for their lives. It lasted for 7 days. 7,000 people, well trained by Iran and others, they all came over this area. And when the bullets were finished, they were using the knives to slice people's throats off and burn. They filmed it. The good thing is Israel has already gotten all these films on the social media, when they were raping little kids and doing all kinds of stuff. it is really, I told the people, and everywhere I go, that the people who did this are not human beings. Because there's no person in his mind could do such thing. Even if you hate somebody, and people think it's about land. No, it's not about land. They just want to wipe away the Jews. It has not. There is enough land when we were walking, because we went to this kibbutz, Pastor, and we stood there, and you could see where they broke the fence to come in. And people think the people, the Israelis or the Jews, they don't talk. In this kibbutz is a Russian word which means community. The Jews who came from Russia are the one who introduced it to Israel. Now, what was so shocking to me, that the ladies in this kibbutz were inviting the ladies from Gaza to come and work, to come and learn, and come and train them and their children. So for 5 years, they had opened up their homes. These are the very people who invaded their homes. It was really, this girl told us 7 dead bodies were over her head, and she was praying, this Ethiopian Jewish girl. She said, I was praying that at least, and they could come and shoot the dead bodies, but they never shot her, except they cut through a dead body and the knife touched her throat. She saw us a scar. And we told her, I said, and when she talks, she's like this. She said, are they coming? Are they coming back? I mean, you could see that she's not yet recovered in her mind. So are the Arabs. And then I went to Old Jerusalem, where Arabs are. And that was also an eye-opener to me, because I went at random and I asked different Muslims, elderly, young, and they said, please, those people over there in Gaza don't represent us. They also want to kill us. And it's the same thing. When you see North Nigeria, the girls which are being abducted, yes, they kill Christians, but the majority of girls being abducted are Muslim girls from Muslim schools. The people, they kill everyone. This is not about religion even. Because if it's religion, you spare a Muslim. It's not about religion. It's about hatred. And unfortunately, sometimes the media don't know whom they're working for, but they know whom they hate. And another thing that was so clear, when you hear the recordings of these people who came to attack Israel, they are saying 2 things. Death to Israel, death to America. So if you're fighting for your land, then why America? If I'm fighting for my land, then why do I bring in America? And then weak people, weak minds will say, well, because America is supporting Israel. America is giving Israel weapons. Give a break. Israel has been fighting since the days of Abraham. Even before United States was a nation. Give me a break. It's not because Israel has been fighting for survival before United States became a nation. Get your history right. I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't stand, I can't stand stupidity when I see it. I can't just stand it. Just like, why do you lie? Why do you lie? That because America is... No, America is just 300 years, 250 years. You're 250 years. Israel is 7,000 years in existence. In 1948, when Israel became a nation again, they didn't use America. No. They came from Europe and they went and took back their land. So because people don't understand history and they don't read and they just follow whatever they are, when you hear them from the river to the sea, which means completely wiped out all the Jewish people. But again, people what don't understand is that, Pastor, which I learned is that when Iran attacked them with 460 ballistic missiles and surface-to-air missiles, Jordan fought with Israel. Jordan. Emirates. They all defended Israel because they cannot stand the radicals. People of God they said, what can we do? Then I gave them a scripture. And I said, the mistake you have made, Israel, you forgot Africa. Again, when Abraham was starting his life and his family, he ran to Africa for food. Joseph, Jesus himself, even God himself never sent his son to Europe. Because God does not trust the Europeans. 2,000 years ago, he never trusted them. He said, go to Egypt, you'll be safe. Sorry, Europe. So I shared with them Jeremiah 37, verse 5. He said, when Jerusalem was being seized by the Chaldeans, Pharaoh of Egypt brought in his army and defended Jerusalem. That is Jeremiah writing. And they were so shocked that scripture is in the Bible. I said, yeah. He called on Egypt to come and defend Jerusalem. And Egypt did. So I was telling them, I said, you need to really change your thinking. Africa is so near you than other countries. But also this brings me to a point. It's the same thing with the African presidents that I've been meeting ever since I was here.